Hey there, Soul Tribe. This is Space Mom, and I'm going to do a week ahead oracle card reading for everyone here that's watching. This is for the week of August 10th through the 17th of 2020. This is going to be just with oracle cards, several different decks I have. We're going to pull about 7 cards to find out what the energy is going to be for the week, what unexpected surprises might pop up, how to stay grounded and balanced, what the emotion for the week that you need to focus on will be, where your inspiration will be, what your spiritual focus should be, and then just an overall advice card for the week. So I'm starting out with the Fairy Wisdom Oracle deck. And let's see what the fairies have to say for us about the energy, the overall energy for the week. What is the overall energy for the week, dear fairies? Can you fairies help me select a card? Preferably one to just pop out as I'm shuffling. That's my favorite way to get these cards out of the deck. If they don't pop out, I will get a number in my head and shuffle that many times and then draw one off the top. Oh, looks like we got 2. Okay. Green Fairy and Balancing Act. All right, so see, these are such pretty cards. All right, let me look at the Green Fairy first and then the Balancing Act. Green Fairy. The key word for Green Fairy is healing. Green's the color of healing and growth. This card tells of a healing in progress, a need for healing, or an ability to direct healing energy to yourself or others. Which is it for you? If you are in need of a healing, focus your attention on the color of nature's green grass, trees, and foliage. Sit in nature, in the woods, or a garden if possible. Inhale this green deep into every cell of your body and bring this color out into your aura. Fill up with the luscious green of a rainforest. Meditate with this color until you get an inner knowing that you are done. Ask the green fairies to assist you in your healing or with the healing of others. They are very skillful in their craft and are always ready to help. Be sure to offer thanks for their work. Just as the trees and flowers grow, so can your body, mind, emotions, and spirit grow healthy and strong. You could also buy yourself a plant. And the Balancing Act, let's see what this one says. The key word, of course, is balance. If you drew this card, it may be time to sit back and review just what you have put on your plate. Are you overworked or underworking? Strive for balance between work and play and honor your physical body's mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual needs. Weed out that which no longer serves your highest good. Enjoy your life and live in the now. Strive for the balance in all that you do. Just take a deep breath and release it and sense the calm enfolding you. This is the peace of balance. The scales are always tipping one way or the other. The trick is to not let the scales tip too far in any direction. Without the constant shifting of balance, life would be stagnant and offer no growth or lesson. If things feel very out of balance in your life, consider your thought patterns. Where do they lead you? Replace any thoughts that are not for your highest good with thoughts that are positive and productive. Remember to focus on the things that you want in your life, not your perceived troubles. Act as if your good is already manifested. It has manifested on a higher plane and is now working its way to you in your material world. Remember that balance is constantly in a state of pursuit. It must keep in a state of movement. If the movement stops, then it is no longer is the balancing act, but a state of suspension and a lack of action. So you want to keep moving. Focus on the good that you want in your life and not your perceived troubles. If there's some stagnant energy somewhere in your life, you need to work on that and get that moving again. So that is our overall energy for the week, is nature and balance. So let's look at the possible unexpected surprises. I'm going to use the Wild Unknown Oracle deck for this. I do not have the book in front of me, so whatever messages I get about this are going to be purely intuitive. Okay, Wild Unknown. What do we need to know about possible surprises? The unexpected for the week of August 10th through the 17th. Ooh, tiger. Tiger, this looks like, this is, can you see this card? It's really pretty. All right, I think I need the deck to read what it means. But I'm getting that this is a kind of go-getter energy. So going back to this balancing act that it was talking about, and even this green fairy talking about, you know, lying in the grass. Tiger is definitely a go-getter energy, and you want to go after what it is that you want and need. And actually, this is also telling me, get up out of the grass and start moving. It's time to pounce. Get going. So any unexpected surprises coming this week, you're going to pounce on them like a tiger. They're not going to be anything that's going to stand in your way, because you've got this, because you've got the eye of the tiger, right? Okay, so for staying grounded and balanced, let's look at Colette Baron Reid's Spirit Animal Oracle deck. These cards are pretty new, so they're a little bit hard to shuffle and a little bit big for my hands. But I'm doing my best. Okay, Spirit, what do we need to know about staying grounded and balanced for this week? Please give us some advice on staying grounded and balanced, which is our animal oracle that's going to help us stay grounded and balanced this week. Let's see what we got coming up for this week. All right, Spirit, what do we need to know to stay grounded and balanced? Okay, these are not going to do well, so let's do a little bit of the normal kind of shuffling. And pull one from the top. Man, my tablecloth is getting wrinkly. My Nana would hate that. Okay, so, Bat Spirit. A rebirth is assured. I thought I heard a bat today, actually. Sometimes I hear them. And the number on this one is 5, so 5 is a number of change. So rebirth is assured. So for staying grounded and balanced, let's read the bat. Bat Spirit. After something has run its course and died or been released, finished, surrendered, completed, or ended, there is a promise of a new beginning. Rebirth is assured just as night gives way to dawn and the bat emerges from the darkness of a womb-like cave. Bat Spirit has come to remind you that this rebirth is a miraculous one, for the very best elements of what you had to give up in the death of the old are still present in this new amazing life forming now. This is the miracle and magic of rebirth in every aspect of your life, including the rebirth of faith and your ability to establish new and healthy relationships. Bat Spirit reminds you that at present you are in an unknown territory and may feel as if you are lost. That just sounds like, excuse me for interrupting here, but that sounds like pretty much everybody right now being in unknown territory and feeling like we're lost. That resonates, I would say, worldwide right about now. However, you are called to trust that your intuition will be a reliable guide as you give birth to something new and unfamiliar. Bat Spirit has listened in the darkness of night and has heard all your hopes and dreams, your fears and worries, and assures you that this new version of your dream, this move from darkness into light, from lost to found, and death to rebirth, comes to fruition with love at its core. Bat Spirit asks you to trust that what seems to have died is actually shapeshifting into something even more meaningful and wondrous than before. If you feel you are in the dark, know that come morning all will be revealed and things will be in a new form that is right for you. So the protection message coming from this card, I'll read it too. What are you refusing to let die? Bat Spirit is gently nudging you to let go of your need to cling to the familiar story that has already run its course. A new story is poised to be born. Some dreams were only meant to last for a moment in time. Sometimes they were only there to slow you down as you recalibrated in preparation for the new life that will give you what you really want. Perhaps you need to grieve as you say goodbye to something. At least you're saying goodbye to its familiar form. Perhaps you must let go of a part of you that must die so you can be reborn. This temporary time in the dark doesn't have to be scary or sad, though. Bat Spirit gives you her powers of perception and awareness as you learn to listen deeply and navigate these unknown caves of temporary emptiness. You will emerge with a new perspective, and Bat Spirit will witness your giving birth to the life that matches the intentions and desires of your heart and soul. For me, bat energy, it's one of my, people don't like to use the term animal totems, but it's one of my spirit animals. I had some run-ins with bats a few years ago. Right before one of my birthdays, I woke up in the middle of the night with a bat. A bat had somehow gotten into my bedroom in a laundry basket, and my cats were trying to get to it. And it was a little bit terrifying. I didn't know what it was. I thought they were after a mouse or something. But here was this bat, and I don't even know how it got in the house unless one of them chased it in through the pet door. But when I looked up information about bats at the time, like what could this mean for me spiritually, it was talking about, of course, change, like this says rebirth. But it also spoke of using your intuition and just like closing your eyes, because bats are blind, but they see with sonar. They feel with sonar, and they hear things. So to me, anytime bat comes up, it's telling me that I need to listen to my intuition. I need to block out visual stimuli and focus on what I hear and feel. So I would say staying grounded and balanced this week. Maybe shut off social media, shut off the TV for a little while, tune in and meditate and see what kind of messages you get. All right, let's look at emotion for the week. We're going to use Moonology cards because, come on, Moon is all about emotion, right? All right, Moon, what you got for us this week? What's the emotion for the week of August 10th through the 17th, 2020? This is another new deck. This might be my newest deck. I like this deck, but I've not used it except for just readings for myself. Okay, Moonology, what you got for us? Two more and we'll stop. Okay. Full moon in Aquarius. We just had one of these. Show the world the real you. That is hard to do, isn't it? That's one of the lessons that I've been having to learn since this full moon. But we just had this full moon a week ago in Aquarius. Let's see what this one, let's see if I can find this one in this book. Full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. This card brings a message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever's coming up for you. Attune to the moon. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Additional meanings for this card: don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. The situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. The teaching: every full moon is a time to release and let go, but the addition of Aquarian energy to the mix triples that message. Aquarius is the opposite of clingy, and pulling this card at any time suggests either you need to let go or someone is thinking they are the ones who need to let go, perhaps of you. What needs to go? What's the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. So emotionally, You need to let go of anything that's holding you back, and you need to show the world the real you. So I would say letting go of inauthenticity and letting go of that nervous energy you have, the nervousness and the stage. For me personally, it's been stage fright, because here I am trying to do a video every day, and have had terrible stage fright in my entire life. One of these days, maybe I'll be okay with showing my face on these videos, but for now, we're going to just do it like this, and you see the cards and my hands and hear my voice. But this right here is a big step for me as it is. So that's one way I'm showing the real me, and you need to think about ways you can show the real you this week. All right, so your inspiration for the week. Let's see, what am I going to go? Let's do the archetype cards. See what your inspiration. You know, actually, no, let's do the archetype for the higher consciousness here in a minute. Let's do the inspiration as numinous. I like this deck a lot because it's all the astrology aspects. Okay, numinous deck, what do we have for inspiration for the week of August 10th through the 17th? Ooh. Show me our inspiration for August 10th through the 17th. All right, let's do 3 more. Oh, here we go. Let's go with this. Ooh, there's 2 of them. Mars in 8th house. Oh, hello. Our inspiration this week is action in the 8th house of intimacy. So, all right, Mars, sorry for the glare. Mars, action, desire, impulses, courage, force, heat, strength, competition, workouts, excitement, thirst, impatience, anger, leadership, engine, potency, willpower, motor, and sex drive. And 8th house is the house of intimacy. So, investments, intensity, contracts, sex, erotic capital, secrets, mysteries, obsessions, inheritance, kundalini energy, stalking in the underworld. These 2 coming out together are telling me that we need to take action in love, sexy time. We need to take action in investments and finances. We need to take action in, well, the kundalini energy. You can work on that in several different ways, kundalini yoga being one way. We need to take action with ourselves in igniting a fire, igniting these passions again. That's what's going to inspire us this week. So if you have a honey and you can get together and light some fires, create some sparks, that would be the best way to create inspiration for this week. If you don't, there are other ways to work through these issues and inspire yourself. You want to go with things that are creative forces for you, things that spark creative energy. And sometimes for me, that'll be just watching some YouTube videos or something, or just checking out new pins on Pinterest. But you want to look for fiery action energy in the 8th house of intimacy. So if we're talking about your home and your house right now, then you want to focus on this type of relationship energy in your home as well. Okay, so let's see, higher consciousness, spiritual focus. Actually, let me look at these 2 cards and see what the deck actually says about them. case I'm giving you completely incorrect information. Mars, action. Of course, this is a sign of Aries and Scorpio. The tarot card is the Tower. So that's just big change. So Mars is a go-getter and a bit of a bully, the head chef in a heated kitchen and a conqueror of nations, the boss of your personal army and a bodybuilder flexing its muscles. Mars brings an abundance of physical energy to the task at hand and really, really, really wants to win. Ruler of the adrenals, excuse me, Mars regulates the fight and flight impulse. In our charts, it shows what we are most passionate about, as well as how we channel our anger, what gets us riled up, and how we express the energy of conflict. Where there is injustice, it's the activists taking to the streets in protest, shouting for a shakeup of the status quo. Mars burns with desire, demands satisfaction, urges us to cut to the chase. In business, in our thinking, and in bed. Mars knows what it needs and isn't afraid to ask for it, isn't afraid of much. Where Mars gets us into trouble is where wanting meets taking. And no buffer to cool our jets and take others' tender and vulnerable needs into account. So, don't go too far with the Mars. There is a warning with this card. So Mars is asking you to lean into a conflict rather than choosing to turn the other cheek. Remember, when there has been a transgression, anger is a valid response. Who's being harmed and how? What is wrong with this picture? Rather than lash out, distill the crude oil of your indignation into the petrol that fuels your passion. Arm yourself with the facts and take action to put things right, but from a place of righteousness rather than a need to win. Imagine you are the hero and that the dragon must be slain for the peace and prosperity of all. All right, now the 8th house of intimacy, more Scorpio, planets Pluto. The 8th house invites us to fully invest in others with all of our body and soul, the place where our shadow parts like to hide out. It is here that we house our deepest, darkest secrets, our covert safety deposit box and our underground boudoir. All who enter here must first prove themselves worthy of our naked, pulsating heart. Ruler of emotional and financial investments, the house of inherited assets and pain. Nothing passing through here is to be taken lightly. A place where power plays and magnetic push-pull energy of our sacred sexuality. Desire transmutes into transcendence in this house. Each orgasmic ego death, the Big Bang before our next rebirth. Planets positioned in the 8th house show the forces we are learning to let shape us in all their primitive intensity, and that are lighting the pathways down into our private shadowlands. When our craving for transparency becomes obsessive, the lesson is to accept what's on the surface without needing to incessantly dig down into the dirty depths. When you pull this card, your bluff is being called. It's time to show your cards, to strip off another layer and reveal what's underneath. The stakes may feel too high, but ultimately this call to a deeper level of vulnerability and intimacy shows you're ready to stop playing small. The opportunity, should you dare to accept it, is to feel like the winner who takes all. As you prepare to bear, remember that beneath the layers of conditioning is where we connect with our unbreakable diamond core, the nucleus of our nature, and that nothing and no one can take what is essentially and eternally yours. So this is saying that you need to be more active and proactive. You need to take a stand for something. Even if it's your 8th house that you're taking a stand over and your deepest, darkest secrets and intimacy and whatnot, you need to be taking a stand and showing some action, leaning into a conflict. Okay, let's go now with the higher consciousness and spiritual focus for the week with the Carolyn Miss archetype cards. This is gonna, no, it's too many. This is gonna be, this archetype will kind of give an underlying energy, the underlying theme for the week. Let's go with this guy right here. Femme Fatale. Well, look, that goes right there with the 8th house of Mars, doesn't it? So the light attributes of a Femme Fatale, it highlights the erotic energy of the feminine and opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Shadow attributes are inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money, and power. So for these, Femme Fatale, I think we've all met one of these. And a lot of times people will name someone, you know, as a femme fatale, think that's what they are. It can be a flirt, a siren, seductress, enchantress, even black widow. And it represents highly refined skills of manipulating men, both sexually and financially, without investing personal emotion. Sometimes adds the twist of symbolically killing her conquest. Positive aspect manifests as opening the heart when the male object rejects her manipulations and dependency. Shadow femme fatale wants only to acquire more men and more money. Look for a pattern of manipulative behavior and acquisitiveness. So for this, the higher consciousness is coming through. Some of us really need to deal with the way we handle rejection, sexual rejection, love rejection. And going back to what these other cards are reading, the green fairy in nature, balancing act, tiger, bat, listen to your intuition. Tiger, yes, you can be a tiger in the bedroom. You can be a tiger in the boardroom. You can be a tiger in your life. You want to show the world the real you. Some of us need to take more action in the 8th house of intimacy, and we need to be careful about how we act towards others and not become inappropriately attached or misuse money and power. We need to open our hearts to possibilities of new love, and we need to not fear that rejection. If we get any type of rejection, we need to just move on. Like, okay, hey, this is just not for me. So it is what it is. Let's just go on. There's got to be someone out there better for me. One thing that I've learned over the years, and I used to get attached really badly when I was a lot younger and just couldn't understand why someone did not reciprocate my affection for them. And eventually I learned that it's true what people say. If this person is not interested in you, they are not the person for you. And it's foolish to try to go after them, to try to chase them and try to get them to like you, when all of that energy could be used just completely cutting off that connection, learning whatever lesson you needed to learn from that one, and then moving on into something different, releasing the energy from that person who didn't like you and just letting it be like the, water rolling off a duck's back. Just brush it off and move on. And that causes confidence within you, and other people will pick up on that confidence instead of desperation. Any hint of desperation makes people run for the hills. So if you can learn to be confident when you are rejected, your love life will really pick up. All right, so our overall advice for the week, and that not just love life, but anything will really pick up. You rejected at a job, rejected a job interview, just somebody didn't want to speak to you at a party, or you've got an idea that you're sharing with somebody and they don't like it. You posted a meme on Facebook and it got no reactions. You posted a video on Instagram and it got no reactions. So what? It wasn't for the people, your intended audience, or maybe nobody saw it. Whatever, just move on. And there's other things out there for you. Put your energy somewhere else. Forget about that one and just move on. This card, overall advice card, this, I believe this is called the Law of Attraction Oracle. My cousin gave me this deck a couple of years ago, and it's one of those decks that I use daily to kind of give me the energy for the day. I love it a lot. The artwork is pretty, and it just gives your basic kind of mantras and what to focus on. So this is going to be the overall advice for the week. And then I'm going to pull a Naughty Spirit Oracle card, and I hope you guys are okay with profanity, because I curse like a sailor and these cards do too. So not this deck, but the next one I'm going to pull. All right, so Spirit, what's our overall advice for the week of August the 10th through the 17th of 2020? What can you tell me that about our overall advice for the week? Give me our keyword, what we need to focus on. Ooh, let's go with this one, faith. Okay, there's what it looks like. Look, it's got a unicorn. Is that a mermaid too? No, she's just wearing a dress. All right, so faith. I have faith that I can manifest the wealth and prosperity that I desire. And faith, it's not just manifesting wealth and prosperity. I mean, that's what this deck is about. But having faith that everything is going to be okay for you. You've got this information now to help you make decisions and kind of give you ways to tune in and focus during the week when things maybe start going off the rails. Come back to this video, watch it again, see if anything else changes for you, see if you pick up anything else, even things that I didn't say. You might see these cards and something might pop into your head that could be an answer for you. If this doesn't resonate with you right now, it doesn't resonate with you right now. This is not your reading. But for faith, that is part of this letting go, part of this leaning in and taking action, part of showing the world the real you, part of the tuning in for Bat Spirit and your rebirth, part of being the tiger when unexpected surprises pops up. You're not worried about anything because look at you, you're top of the food chain here. And then part of the green fairy and the balancing act. You've got to have faith to pull all this stuff together. Have faith that you can go out in nature and heal, that healing is coming for you, and that you're going to be able to balance everything like you need to. You're going to be in charge. You're going to be able to go in and get the information that you need, listen to your own spirit, your own higher self. You're going to be able to get out there and show the world the real you. You're going to be able to take action and look, I mean, like even something I've been working on is investments. I need to put more energy into working on investments. You're going to be able to get through any kind of crisis that comes about from this Femme Fatale energy where you are going after something and it doesn't work out for you. You don't want to manipulate it any further. You just need to walk away. So just have faith that all of this is going to work out perfectly for you. Just have faith this week. Because I got to have faith. I got to have faith. I got to have faith, the faith, the faith. I gotta have faith, the faith. George Michael is singing through me right now. All right, so for your yes and no oracle or your basic kick in the pants for this week, let's look at our Naughty Spirit oracle deck for the kick in the pants. Lighting the fire under your butt this week. What do we need to know, Naughty Spirit? Today actually is the creator of this card, Jody Harvala. Today's her birthday. So happy birthday, Jody. Or today when I'm doing the reading is, at least. Okay, Naughty Spirit, what do we need to know? What's our kick in the pants advice? What's going to light a fire under our butts this week? Go with this one. Enjoy every fucking minute. Love, Naughty Spirit. I think that is just about the best advice anyone can ever give. Just enjoy every minute of your life. Life is so short. I think we have all learned a little bit about that in the past several months being in a pandemic. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it all. Life's a journey. All this is a journey. These cards are just giving you advice on how to act in certain situations and kind of give you a theme for the week. But if you're not enjoying every fucking minute, then you need to change some things here or there. I mean, yeah, bad stuff's going to happen. You're going to get rejected. You may run out of money. You may you'll lose your job, get broken up with, whatever. I mean, all of these things happen. And yes, the last time anything like that happened to me, I spent an entire freaking day in bed because I just could not face what was happening. You got to accept the things that are happening before you can really start to heal and move on. So your goal should be to enjoy every fucking minute and know that when something is taken out of your life, it was taken out to make room for something new. Anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. Thank you very much. Leave some comments below and questions if you have questions. And let me know if you like this reading. And I will be doing some more of these. I will be doing weekly readings. Not sure yet if I'll be doing daily readings. And I'm not sure yet if I'm going to add tarot to the mix. But anyway, thank you for being patient. This is my very first card reading ever online. Very first card reading video. So hopefully it wasn't too messy. And thanks a lot, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.